It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And good morning. Here we are on Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We had a nice weekend, so we're back at it this morning, though, ready for some news. Sarah?
Police are looking for a person of interest in a fire that destroyed a Springfield home. It happened Sunday afternoon on East Blaine, right by National and Commercial. High winds caused that fire to quickly spread and collapse the roof. No one was inside or injured. A Christian County deputy shot and killed a man on the Ozark Square on Friday. That happened after the man shot a woman during a domestic dispute. That man was 52-year-old Travis Bullington. The woman he shot is in critical condition. A 17-month-old child involved in the incident was not physically hurt.
Wow. There's growing concern about the threats to local schools. Just in the last week, public schools in Springfield, in Nixa, and in Buffalo all received calls threatening violence, leading to lockdowns, of course, a heavy police presence there, and terrified parents, as you would imagine. Fortunately, nothing bad happened following any of those calls. Police are now investigating the calls because it appears as though they're just hoax calls. But man, oh man, what a horrible thing to do to people.
Yeah, man, Lord be with them and help them. The discount chain store Tuesday morning is going out of business. It is closing all of its locations across the country, including the one on Glenstone in Springfield. Tuesday morning has about 500 stores right now, including 8 in Missouri.
Yeah, I'd only been in there. I think I took the kids in there one time because I didn't know what it was.
It's the dumbest name ever. That's their problem. Because honestly, one time Caroline asked me what that was, and I was like, I think it's like a home decor store. Anyway, she was like, it's weird that it's only opened on Tuesdays. Well, I don't think it is, but that's what everyone thinks.
I don't know that everyone thinks that, but the name probably could be better. I don't know what Tuesday morning means, but it's almost like a TJ Maxx and Marshalls where they have some brand name stuff, but it's marked down. So
I don't know. To me, the name seriously has to be a huge part of it. I really believe that. Am I overstating it? I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. Something went. They got up to 700 stores at one point, so they were doing okay. Even though I've never heard of them until I got here. But then I don't know. The bottom dropped out for sure because they're going out of business. I hate to see any business go out of business, but they should have worked on the name harder, perhaps.
Like, there's another store that is called Weekends Only. They went out of business, I think, or at least they were having like a big sale. But the kids also thought that it was weird that they were only open on weekends.
Well, that's true. They were only open on weekends.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that was their thing. I think Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was when they're open. When people are available to shop, as I think.
All right, makes sense. Makes sense.
The strategy. Well, Cardinals Nation is saddened by another big loss for the organization. Mike Shannon, a legendary radio broadcaster, two-time world champion player for the St. Louis Cardinals as well, has died at the age of 83. He spent 60 years in the Cardinals organization. 60 years. I mean, he was a day in and day out. You could count on Mike Shannon to be there. He spent 50 as a radio broadcaster. So can you imagine that? 50 years. I grew up hearing his voice. I'm 51 years. Well, today I'm 51 years old, but my entire life I've heard his voice on radio broadcasts, and along with Jack Buck, of course, as I was growing up. So it's weird. He retired last year. It's weird that he's gone now. He of course was the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Famer, and his passing comes just a couple of months after fellow Cardinals broadcaster and player Tim McCarver passed away. So some big names in Cardinal history are no longer with us, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah, talk about living the dream. That is a dream job, and he did it for part of the organization for 60 years.
60 as a player and then an announcer for 60 years, and he's from St. Louis.
Yeah.
So
That's what I mean. Like that's truly a
it
dream
is
job.
it is living the dream. He lived
Yeah.
a very charmed life for sure. Mike Shannon. And he lived on the Illinois side over there by where I grew up. He's from Edwardsville, I believe.
Hmm.
Speaking of baseball, both of Missouri's teams are truly, truly awful. They're terrible, terrible baseball teams right now. And I have the stats to back it up. Both the Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals are in last place in their respective divisions. The Royals' record, you ready for this? 7 wins, 22 losses. That's insane. And the Cardinals are not much better than that. 10 wins and 19 losses. And it's funny. My buddy and I, who I went out and watched, we're Cardinals fans together, and we're Illinois basketball fans together. We went out to Las Vegas to watch March Madness, and we're such idiots that we know nothing about sports. Clearly, we all our parlays we got wrong. We didn't get anything right. I think everybody's bracket was a disaster this year, but we were talking about baseball, and it was spring training at that point. And we were talking about how great the Cardinals were because they were winning a lot of spring training games. And this is really going to be a good season because the Cardinals appear to be doing so well in spring training. Surely that's going to lead to a good regular season. Alas, that has not happened. They're awful. They're terrible. The starting pitching is terrible. It's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster
It's funny
fire.
for me to hear you say how truly awful they are just because you're a fan. Is that hard for you to say?
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, but they're just bad. They lose every game. It pops up on my phone, and I haven't watched much this year because they've been so awful. But I get the update that pops up on my phone every time the game's going on. So I have this little icon that stays there with the score, and all they do is lose. All they do is lose.
Well, here's some good news for you.
All right.
Some good sports news. Former Kickapoo High School star football player is going to the NFL. Travis Vogelek is signing an undrafted free agent deal with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
The tight end played the last few seasons as a Nebraska Cornhusker.
Yeah, good for him. The draft just took place over the weekend. He wasn't drafted. Neither were the two next guys you're going to talk about, but they got that free agent deal after the draft, which, hey, they got their foot in the door. Good for them.
Okay. 2 Missouri State University football players signed free agent contracts as well with the Kansas City Chiefs after the NFL draft wrapped up this weekend. Cornerback Montre Braswell and wide receiver Ty Scott signed contracts. So congratulations to both of them.
Yeah. I hope it works out. I hope they do well and get a spot. Boy, we're gonna have great weather this week, at least today and tomorrow. 63 today, 66 tomorrow, sunshine all over the place. 74 Wednesday, and then we start warming up and getting back to, I think, what is closer to normal. The mid to high 70s for the rest of the week. After that, maybe some rain on Thursday and Friday, but not a huge chance. So it's going to be a pretty nice week.
Awesome. That's exciting. Woohoo!
This
And
is
for your birthday. Nice for your birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, thank you. It's very exciting. I like to celebrate my birthday. A couple of speaking of birthdays, a couple of American legends. I mean, these are top tier legends. So my buddy and I, Chris at the TV station, used to always talk about will their death lead a newscast? And both of these people, their deaths, barring something else major happening, on a regular day, their deaths will lead the newscast. But their deaths aren't yet. Their deaths aren't yet. They're doing well. They're doing really well, actually. They just turned 90 years old, two of them. The first one, Willie Nelson, celebrated his milestone birthday with a huge concert at the Hollywood Bowl. This guy is still in concert all the time, and it's incredible. His concert featured Sheryl Crow, Neil Young, Miranda Lambert. He did a duet with Snoop Dogg. So Willie Nelson, 90 years old on Saturday. And then just a few days ago, the great Carol Burnett also turned 90. She did it right before Willie. She celebrated with the TV special celebrating her incredible career. And I watched a little bit of it with the kids. The girls didn't get it. at all. They didn't like the Tarzan yell. They didn't understand what that was about. They didn't enjoy her screaming and didn't think it was funny. Griffin, though, you saw him sitting on the couch with me last night. He came and enjoyed a little bit of it, and of course, it was a lot of clips from the Carol Burnett show, which I grew up watching as a kid. And the best parts of those show, Tim Conway and Harvey Korman, and then when Tim Conway does something that they weren't expecting, something that didn't happen in rehearsals, that's when they all start laughing. And there's nothing better than people breaking up on television live when it was recorded. It's just, you can't help but laugh with them. So Carol Burnett is truly.
You speak from experience on that.
I do. Yes. I'm famous for that. But, people like it. People laugh with you. That's for sure. So anyway, we watched some of that Carol Burnett special last night. Griffin seemed to enjoy it. The girls, not so much.
He's got good humor like his father. So I have a funny story. I called Ethan this weekend. I was speaking at this conference and I was like, hey, babe, these 2 speakers that I'm speaking with are super amazing. They're like big deals, kind of. I mean, like I'm following them. I'm looking at who they are and I should know who these people are. I'd actually not heard of either of them. And they were both truly incredible. But anyway, I was telling Ethan how cool they were and what a loser I was. And he goes, babe, do they have a husband that has 2 viral videos? I mean, come on.
That's true. I may have said that.
Funny. It was
I may have said
funny.
That. You should tell him that.
I did. I was like, listen, I know that you've never heard of me before, but just so you know, I married someone who has 2 viral videos and we were married when he made them.
Just want to level the playing field a little bit.
They were unimpressed. They didn't know who you were. So
and they haven't seen the videos.
I said he's kind of a big deal. Kind of.
Boy. What are you going to do?
All right. Well, happy Monday. Honestly, I'm tired. I keep yawning. I'm tired. I got to be, up and at 'em.
We had a good weekend this weekend. Real quick, I was up in Columbia at the University of Missouri with the girls who were in a swim meet, and then Griffin, who went along to root them on with me while you were speaking Thursday night, Friday somewhere, Saturday somewhere, and Sunday somewhere, right?
That's right. Yeah. Thursday, Friday, weekend. Saturday, Sunday. It was awesome, but I've been all over the Ozarks in my minivan, tooling around, slept in a hotel on Thursday night, literally moved every bit of furniture up against the door.
It was a motel with an M.
A motel. Sorry. Yes, it was a motel indeed.
Yeah.
And then I sent Ethan and a friend of mine a picture so that the 2 of them would know where I was if something went down. This is the last place that I was known to be alive is when I sent this picture.
We met back at home on Saturday night and hung out for a little bit. And then Sunday afternoon and evening, we got to hang out. So that was great. And I'm off today, which is very exciting.
Happy birthday.
Today is I get the day off. So we're going to hang out and do some stuff. I got to try to fix some stuff, which I'm not looking forward to, but I have phone calls to make.
Why? You were such a handyman.
I have phone calls to make with Traeger. My Traeger's not working. It's blowing the fuse at the house every time I use it.
There's not a lot you can't fix, babe.
And then we have, that lady's gonna be mad at you again if you keep this up.
She's yelling at me right now via Facebook Messenger. I can tell.
You keep attacking me. She's gonna take up for me. And then we have a freezer that went out and ruined all my pig meat that I just got back when we went on our ski trip in January. We came home and the freezer had gone out. Brand new freezer, like
Bummer.
6 months old.
Yeah, so anyway, from Lowe's. Lowe's is good though with customer service. That's exciting.
No, it wasn't from Lowe's. It wasn't from Lowe's.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know why you're saying that. Anyway, the warranty is through the company that I bought the freezer. The freezer company. I have to go through their warranty deal, which is such a hassle. But anyway, that's what I got to do today. So that's my day.
Well, you guys, just so you know, I did offer to take him on a date, go hiking with the kids, but he is such a resident handyman that he would rather just, Tim the Toolman Taylor get it all done.
Yeah. It'll take me all day to do those two things. All right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
Bye.